Here's the thing, right? It has good damage, but here's the thing: if your attacks take 3 business days to land, there's no point. I mean, dude, my combo timer literally went away before that even hit. Dude, the startup time of this fighting style could literally be charted in freaking semesters, bro. Like, all right, guys, I'm back, and you guys are probably wondering, like, Karu, didn't you already make a video on Striker? Like, didn't you already make a video on Striker? Weren't you saying that Striker super bad? And I'm not gonna lie, I rewatched the video. I didn't really like the way I was coming across. Now, yes, I was being constructive. I feel like I could have articulated myself better. I feel like instead of saying that, oh, Striker's really bad, it's terrible, it's this, it's that, it's this, I feel like what I should be doing instead is just presenting how I would fix it. So this is gonna be a way more better constructed video than what I had last time. So we're gonna tackle some issues with it in a way more constructive way. Let's first talk about the problem. Now I'm gonna go over Striker like very carefully and as constructive as possible. I want to be fair to this fighting style. I didn't like the way I came at it last time, so I'm going to come at this a lot more differently. Let's start with the M1. I feel like Striker should have unique M1s. My main problem with Striker when it comes to its M1s is that it doesn't have ranged M1s. I was expecting it to have ranged M1s because it's a soccer ball. So honestly, I feel like they should change it to ranged M1s that kind of maybe go around like maybe this far, but just make each M1 just a little bit more slower. So basically this would kind of be like a worse Kyoru V2 M1 kind of, like it's more slower and more weaker, something like that, just to make it make a little bit more sense. Because I do expect a fighting style that has M1s to have, maybe ranged like soccer M1s. And let me get to my next move here, Blazing Strike. So a lot of the times I kept saying that my main problem with Striker is that it has really long startup and a lot of end lag. So let's start with like what the developers got right with this move. Its range is very generous for being a close ranged move. Very generous. I think for being pretty much like a melee attack, I feel like it is pretty generous range. It's very good range. It's decent cooldowns. And the visuals are great. They cooked really good on the visuals. They did a great job with it. Like they definitely put in a lot of effort. However, my main issue with this move, I feel like this move suffers from this issue the least. So this move is not the big problem. However, this is where it first starts showing the problem. So this move has a lot of startup, and my issue with this is I didn't include this in my video talking about Striker because I'm not gonna lie, I was too busy kind of trashing on it. But my main issue is once you aim somewhere with it, you can't really redirect. So like if I do this, it's still gonna go here, and that's kind of my issue. So even if you do aim somewhere with this attack, so let's say these guys were like standing here, right? So I aim there, and then but they move out of the way before that lands because it has end lag. I have a really good example. So let's take a move that's really similar to Striker Z. So let's take Rumble Z, for example. So check this out, right? If I press this, it's instant, right? And then look at this. You guys see the difference. There is no end lag here. It goes right for my cursor. It goes right at the target. It's just instant. But when you switch to Striker, there's end lag and not end lag. Once again, this fighting style is absolutely amazing. They absolutely cooked. They cooked with it. The visuals are great. I think this is an extremely unique idea. It obviously just needs some tweaks. Like there's nothing wrong with the fighting style. It just has some issues, and it needs really just some small tweaks. The problems it has are not really massive. So I'm going to use the feedback from my previous videos, and to give you guys more perspectives, pretty much.
It's not great, but the X does track the player when they are highlighted. It does track the player. I did mention it in the video, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think I really gave it as much intention as I should. So it does track which is great. I don't know exactly how good its tracking capabilities are. To give Striker credit, it is auto aim. You know, once you aim in their general direction, it will auto aim to them, which is really good. That's definitely a credit I can give to it. It has auto aim, which not a lot of things have auto aim. Gale Fist Z does have auto aim, but I think that's the only thing in the game that has auto aim. Old Venom used to have auto aim, but that's gone. But as you can see, like, it highlights them, it selects them, like you can see it. And like, even if you take your cursor off of them, you know, it'll still track onto them, which is pretty helpful. I can highlight him, shoot him, look the other way, and it'll still hit him. You know, that's good. That's good. That is actually a huge strength for Striker. I feel like it's more fair if I'm covering what Striker does good and the things that Striker doesn't do well. Just kind of strike a good balance, because I'm not gonna lie, I think in my last video I was coming at Striker pretty strong, so I'm gonna be just a lot more fair here. Very strong tracking capabilities, and even though he teleported to me, it still followed him all the way there. So it's very strong tracking capabilities. And the thing is, I just feel like I went really hard on Striker. It only has one problem, really, and that's it. And I kind of went really hard on it. I don't really think Striker deserved that. That missed, but honestly, I didn't aim on him well, so the auto aim didn't activate. That's my fault. Just this startup animation right here, just speed that up, and everything's good. Completely fixed. Everything's fine. And then we're gonna move on to the next attack, Volley Boot. It's also, honestly, once again, it only has one issue. It's just really slow, and that's it. So as you can see right there, really great damage, just really good damage, and it has a decent dodge draining potential. But once again, my only issue is that it's just a little bit too slow. So honestly, great visuals. I'm grateful that they gave us this fighting style. It's a good fighting style, and I'm happy to have it in the game. Once again, though, just speed this up a bit. Just make the projectiles just fire a little quicker, and remove that extra time that it takes to fire that third one. And Striker's fixed, honestly. Dribble drives is perfectly fine. They don't need to make any changes to it. It's perfect. Very good teleport, great distance, great utility. Honestly, I'd say among fighting styles, this is probably the most overpowered teleport, like, out of all of them. It covers a lot of distance. I actually tested this in my last video. I think I might have cut it out, but it traveled more distance than Trickster, and it traveled more distance than, you know, Justice Fist as well. So absolutely amazing distance with this teleport. They don't got to change anything about it. Very heavily utility based, and they did a great job with it. Very good. Some of my favorite utility, right behind Gale Fist counter. And Galazzo, I have no complaints about Galazzo. Very good. It has very good range. Attacks him from a good far distance, and it does very respectable damage. And it's basically hit scan. So once they're in your range, you kind of basically auto hit them. So very good. I like that. It's very nice. Very nice. So Galazzo is great. Dribble drives is very good. Curve strike is very unique. But once again, just buff the speed on the first three moves. Just make the first three moves faster, and this entire fighting style is fixed. There's nothing really wrong with this fighting style. It just needs kind of some tweaks, just like Gale Fist needed. I don't know. I feel like I was pretty unfair to Striker in my last video. I was cracking a lot of jokes like, oh, it takes 3 business days. It takes 3 business days for Striker to fire at the enemy, and for it to hit anything, and like, yeah, it's bad. I feel like, to be constructive, I gotta put aside that weird, like, oh, this is garbage, this is bad, this is horrible. I just gotta be much more fair. I gotta cover the good as much as the bad, you know. I just gotta kind of be just a little bit more professional about it. So as other people stated, the damage is fine, but you know, it's slow, which that's my only issue. Once again, it's a fun fighting style to use. I like the idea. I like the damage. I like its utility. Once again, this move is absolutely amazing. The amount of distance you get from that move is just really great. Really, really great. You don't got to change too much, just some really small, simple changes, and this fighting style is fixed. I'm a lot more happier with the approach I took to this as opposed to what I did in my last video. Much better. This is, I think going at it like this, it feels more fair. It feels more constructive. It feels less like I'm attacking the fighting style, and it kind of feels like I'm just being more fair about it. This is how I should be approaching anything that I'm criticizing. I think this is a good way to do it. That's pretty much going to be it. See you guys.